years, this has to arguably be the best thing that I have ever done for my social life. And look, I can look back in time, and I'm going to tell you some personal stories of like when I was younger, and then like now, where I've always been extroverted. I've always had a really easy time like making friends. But dude, I've never like I don't know. I almost part of me feels like, and maybe you can relate to this, where like I would only go up and talk to people if they came up and said something to me first. And I always wondered, like, how did these people do? Like, how are they doing that? How can they just see somebody and they could just go up and talk to them? And it's just you not have little like scary thoughts going through your head. Like, what if that person doesn't like you? What do you say to these people? And have you ever heard this when you were younger? And because I really think this is where it comes down to. Like, I think people have a hard time talking to strangers because and like when you talk to strangers, before I go into this, when you talk to strangers, you increase your chances of meeting more people, making more friends, or getting into relationships. Have you ever heard that phrase, stranger danger? Did your parents ever tell you growing up, don't talk to strangers? Mitchell, don't talk to strangers. Well, I mean, as a child, that makes sense. Of course, you shouldn't talk to strangers because as a child, you can't protect yourself from like a full grown adult. Now, if you've been told that your entire childhood, that's all of a sudden not going to go away when you get older. So now you've got decades of conditioning to believe that you should not talk to strangers. And like I just said, guys, I am so extroverted, dude. Fuck, I could talk to a wall if I wanted to. And even I have a hard time, and I think everybody will, even if you talk to strangers. I had a hard time meeting people. God, I remember I used to look back when I was a kid, dude, like in high school or like my younger 20s, because I'm 30 now. So even sometimes today I still do this, bro, where I would go to school and I would just hang out in the group of people that I hung out with there. Maybe high school wouldn't be the best bet for that. But I have seen people in high school that like just hang out by themselves. They just like sit on their phones. They're all like their whole world is just online. Gen Zers are gonna have a hard time with that because they grew up with phones. And I think Gen Alpha is the next one. That might be even worse for them because everything's becoming digitalized. They would just sit on their phone or they would talk to people online. They would never make like in-person interactions. And so as an adult, I can look back like when I was in my younger 20s, that was when I was able-bodied. So I'm in a wheelchair right now. You would think I would have a harder time meeting people because I'm in a wheelchair, but I don't. It's the opposite. So when I was younger, I would like go to the gym and I would make sure my headphones are on and I would keep them on no matter what. Or if I went out somewhere, I would never take myself to a restaurant. I would never do anything by myself. I would never go out in person by myself unless like I had to go to like the grocery store where I would run in, I would buy something and I would leave. I'm going to these places, or I wouldn't go to these places simply because I just didn't want to go and be by myself because I thought it would be weird if I went out and did something by myself. I always thought that. Why would I want to go out in somewhere? Why would I want to go to dinner by myself? That's weird. If I don't have like a friend or a girlfriend, I'm not going out. So what would I do? I would just sit home and I would play video games all day long. And what's happening with that? Well, when you sit home and play video games all day long, you might get bored. And this is from experience. You might not be able to relate to this, but I honest to God think a lot of people will. Even today it happens. I live in a house by myself. And when you're paralyzed, you get invited to less and less. And another side of that too is because I haven't really kept up with my friends in the past as well. When you start working for yourself, when you start improving your life, you guys are going to notice, this isn't related to the video, but you're going to notice your friends that you thought were your friends weren't really your friends. We'll say that. So I live in a house by myself, and I've got a dog, a long-haired European Shepherd, and I mean, like, but when I'm by myself, I'm like, okay, if I'm not working on my business, so let's say this is like a Saturday, right? Let's just say Saturday. I think that's when it usually happens. I'm not working on my business because I had everything done and I want one day off. I just want a day off. Well, if I go to the gym, okay, there's people around me. I'm doing something. I'm working out. I like working out. I'm fine. But when I get home and I'm not doing anything, and I'm literally, I'm bored. I'm fucking bored. I can clean my house, I can clean my car, I can occupy myself, but I'm still like, this just isn't satisfying. I think what it comes down to is, at the end of the day, I'm social. I like talking to people, and if I don't have if I don't have like a girl to talk to, because like I'm single now, in my dating life it goes through spurts. I get a lot of women, then I get no women. It repeats. That's what I've noticed. So for me, if I'm bored, or I don't have anybody to talk to, I tend to get lonely. Well, that's always been the case. Now, it's even worse now because I'm not big on playing video games like I used to be. So even then, like if I want to play a video game, I'll open up my laptop, because I've got a gaming laptop, to play a game. And I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, I don't want to play this. I'm like, dude, what do I do? So let's talk about how this 3-second rule changed my life and how I've been able to meet I have quite literally, since adopting this rule, guys, I've talked to hundreds of more people. I've been on way more dates than I ever have been in my life. And I've been with girls my entire life. But I mean, these past 2 years that I really started learning all this stuff, I've been on more dates and been with girls, like if you're a guy watching this, than I ever have. So that feeling of loneliness, now I know how to combat that. So let's talk about the 3-second rule and how this can change your life, especially when it comes to like just meeting more friends. And it really changed mine, and that's what I try to articulate at the beginning of this video. Now, in the dating world, there's coaches will say you've got 3 seconds to go and approach a girl. So I'm going to relate to that. I don't actually have like a 3-second. I don't count 1, 2, 3 and then I go. But I've noticed that if I see somebody I want to talk to, if I sit there long enough and I get in my head, I won't do it. And I've noticed when I just say fuck it and I start heading that way, I do it. So that's the hard part, is the 3-second rule is whether you want to talk to a stranger or a girl or a guy you like. The 3-second rule is designed to beat the anxiety that's going to form in your head. That's why. Now, like I said, depending on who you are, 3 seconds might not be enough for you. You might, if you're a chronic overthinker like I am, well, then there's going to be times where you're already so far in your head, you're not going to do it unless you just fucking do it. And that's, I seriously mean it. Like if you're just like, okay, here we go. And we just start, you just go. Like if you see somebody you want to talk to and you just go, you won't get in your head. So where I'm going with that is by just doing it. Actually, let me say this. So my way of approaching people, actually, let me say this. Let me tell you just what I've done, and I'll give you 2 different places on where I go to practice this and do it. Actually, there's a couple places. I think it would be easier just to explain to you guys what I personally do and how this has helped me. So remember how I said, like I just in the past, I just wouldn't talk to people. I would just stay by myself and I would get lonely and I wouldn't know what to do. Well, if I go out in public somewhere, like the gym, for example, a gym's a great place to meet people, whether you believe that or not. There's other people around. You can talk to them. So I've noticed that if we look at the gym, let me just list off places that I've gone to. The gym, Costco, Publix, restaurants. I've gone to fucking Target, the mall, anywhere in public that I've gone. When I remember, I told myself, I was like, dude, you know what? I started watching videos on YouTube of just other people saying hi to other people. And I think that's the first step on learning how to like meet new people, is if you don't know what to say, you don't really know what to start. So then again, if you don't know what to say to somebody, me telling you to talk to somebody in 3 seconds isn't going to help you, because you don't know what to do. If you're trying to start a business and you don't know what kind of business you want to start, well, then you're not going to start that business. You see what I mean? So I started doing this. I started watching people online. So like me, for example, I can teach you. So let's say I started watching Mitchell online, and I saw Mitchell just go up and just say, hey guys, how are you? Hey ladies, good morning. Ladies, hi. Girls, wow, you guys look phenomenal in those outfits. Have a good day. Gentlemen, what's up, man? Good to see y'all. Guys, hey, happy Sunday. I remember my first time I saw that, I was like, hey, I need to go and practice that. And I also need to start taking myself out in public to learn how to be okay. So I was trying to kill two birds with one stone. Every Sunday, there's a farmer's market near my house, and I fucking love it, dude. It's so busy at this time of year as well. So what I would do, notifications on my phone. What I would do is I would go to the farmer's market with my dog, and when I got there, I kid you not, I literally was like, okay, we are gonna say hi to as many people as I possibly can. Now, what do you say to strangers? And how do you say hi to strangers? I've noticed that you see videos online of like people cold approaching people. That's, that takes some balls to do. But if you watch other people where they've got like, they ask them questions, or they've got an agenda and they want answer. When you have a goal or an objective, you're more likely to fulfill that objective than like for example, let me explain this better. If I see a girl on the other side of my house and I want to cold approach her, because all I want to do is talk to her, I'm not likely to go out of my way to talk to her. However, if I needed to go to my refrigerator and it happens to be right next to where she's at, I am going to my refrigerator, and because she's going to be right next to me, I'm going to have an easier time just saying something to her. So when I went to the farmer's market, every single time I would roll by somebody, if I didn't tell you I'm in a wheelchair, every time I would roll by somebody, if I looked at them and they looked at me, I would say, hey guys. I would say, hey. Hi guys, good morning. Ladies, hi. Guys, hey, happy Sunday. Hey guys, how are y'all? Hey, how are you? Hey guys, good morning. Hey, good afternoon. Hey guys, hey, your outfit looks phenomenal. Hey, you look cute in that outfit. Hey, what's up guys, how are y'all? That's all I'm doing. And that's so fucking powerful, guys. I hope I didn't cut the mic. That's so powerful because by me doing that, saying hi to as many, just saying hi, you're going to notice two things. One, 9 out of 10 times, the person will say something in return. And it's usually, thank you, I'm doing good, how are you? Or good morning. They're going to respond back to you. People like talking to other people. And then every once in a while, every one person out of 10, they're going to ignore you. And that is really annoying, and it's kind of fucking rude. But you're teaching yourself, one, that rejection, okay, that's not that big of a deal. That person can kick rocks. And then the other times, hey, I say something to these people and they just start saying stuff back to me. And not only that, now you're teaching yourself that, oh, I can actually talk to strangers and it's not bad. Because when I was younger, I was taught, Mitchell, don't talk to strangers. Strangers are bad. They can hurt you. So as a child, that makes sense. Because when you're a child, you can't defend yourself. And I'm in a wheelchair now, so I mean, technically I can't even defend myself either. I'm fucked either way. But now, I mean, so that's going to carry over to my adult life, is what I was trying to say. That's why it's so hard to say hi to people, because I've been conditioned not to talk to people. So I'm literally going up against decades, 10 years. I've been saying that. Hopefully that is right, so I don't sound stupid. But I've been saying, decades of experience of me just being taught to keep by myself. So there's no 3-second rule. If you roll by somebody because you're in their vicinity, you're not going to get in your head. And therefore, if you don't get in your head, you don't need to count to 3, because you're just going to fucking say something anyways. And what's going to happen, and this is the cool thing, this is how this changed my social life and how it changed how I can talk to strangers. Because I'm teaching myself that if I want to say hi to somebody, all I got to do is just fucking speak. And they're more than likely going to talk back to me. Now, most of the time I approach girls, if I'm going to talk to girls, because I like girls. Most women don't like you, so half the time the conversations don't go anywhere. But what I'm saying for you guys and girls, if you want to talk to more people, you got to go and teach yourself that you could say hi to anybody, whether it's a guy or a girl. And if I got my dog with me, I get compliments on him everywhere I go, because he's a European show dog. He's a fucking beautiful German Shepherd, long hair too. Doofus. He's a good looking dog. So from there, when you start saying hi to strangers, half the time I'm just saying hi and I keep it pushing. I'm just rolling. All I'm doing is just saying hi to people. I'm not trying to talk to these people. But there is, every once in a while, you guys are going to notice, you're going to find yourself getting into conversations with strangers. And it just, I preach this in both of my YouTube channels, this channel and my other channel where I help men be better men and understand women. So Dating Mitchell, you're going to get into conversations with people and it just kind of happens. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So what I'm going with that is, like, when you say hi to somebody, you are either going to blurt something else out after that, or they're going to blurt something else out, and you are going to find yourself in a conversation with, like, you're going to stop and talk to this person. It just kind of happens. I've had one girl recently at the farmer's market that complimented. She goes, "Oh, that's such a beautiful dog. It looks like mine." And I didn't really like the girl that I was looking at personally. So I kind of just smiled at her and I just smiled, and I didn't really want to respond to that. And I just kept going. But if that was a girl that I thought was really attractive, I more than likely would have stopped and tried to talk to that girl. But all attraction aside, do you see how she told me that looks just like my dog? I could have stopped and said, "Hey, why don't you come over and meet him? What's your dog look like? Show me your dog." Because she was with other girls too, so I could have talked to other girls as well. I could have, is what I'm saying. So if you're somebody right now that wants to meet more people, I just told you how to do it. You have to tell yourself, you have to go somewhere once a week on a regular basis where there's a lot of people. So this could be at a bar, this could be at the farmer's market, this could be at an art show, this could be at a popular museum if it's free. Don't spend money on this stuff, guys. Like, you don't spend money if you don't have to. Or even at the gym. I go to the gym, and if I see somebody I want to talk to and I pass by them, and I'll say something to them if I want to. Go somewhere you enjoy going. I like going to the farmer's market because it's a place that's outside. I get to exercise my dog. There's a lot of people around, and I get to talk to strangers. So even if I don't talk to anybody, because there are some days where I'm not as social, but I enjoy going, and that's why I go every week. So if you find a place that you enjoy going every week, get in the habit of going to that place every week. Now, from there, when you get to that place, tell yourself, literally say it out loud, "Hey, I'm going to say hi to at least one person." And then you're going to notice, you're going to fucking do it. Because you're going to look for opportunities to say hi to people. What you focus on expands, guys. So if you're ever like lonely, or you ever like you're just tired of being by yourself, or you want to learn how to talk to more people, this is how you do it. And all you got to do is just say hi. Hey guys, how are y'all? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, good to see you guys. Hey, you guys look great. Hey, good morning. Hey, happy Sunday, guys. Hey, Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays, or whatever the holiday is. That's all I'm saying is all you got to do. It's just a greeting. Just give them a greeting. Hi. Hey, guys. Hey. That's it. Or if you want, give someone a compliment. Girls, wow, hey, you both look phenomenal in those outfits. Oh, honey, excuse me. Hey, I know this is random. You look so good in this dress. Good choice. That's it. And then from there, every once in a while, you're going to end up in a conversation. And you're just going to talk to this person. And that's going to make you feel better, because if that's someone you like, you could ask them out. Or if it's a stranger and you just want to talk to somebody, well, there you go. Then you know that all you got to do is just go out in public somewhere, and you have the chance of talking to somebody. And then when you're leaving that place, you're going to be like, "Dude, I feel great. I'm so glad Mitchell just told me that's all I had to do." That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay, guys? So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and listen. Let me go ahead and say this now. I don't know when it's going to be up, depending on when you see this, but if you're somebody right now that is shy or introverted, or you want to improve your social skills, maybe you've got trauma in your life, or you want to become more extroverted, or just learn how to talk better, I am offering the first 3 people that sign up free invitation to work with me for 8 weeks on a one-on-one coaching program. This is something I'm going to be rolling out where I'm going to be charging $2,000 for, but for the first 3 people, there's a catch to this. If you work with me for free for 8 weeks, that means you get my cell phone. You can text me, call me whenever you want. We get on live calls together once or twice a week for an hour. That way I can keep you accountable and we can go over what you should be doing next. And then during the week, I can check up on you. After that 8 weeks, if you think I've improved your life in any way, shape, or form, all I'm asking is just a video testimonial. So again, depending on when you see this video, there might be a link in that description. There might not. I've got 2 channels and 2 businesses, so I'll get around to it when I'm trying to get around to it. But if you want to join that, link in the description. Hey, if you want to continue improving your social skills, guys, check out this video right over here. Hey, man, I'll see you guys in the next one.